Welcome back to Weekend Out. My name is Gaurav. Naam to suna hoga. Now there's a question in my mind, and the question is, why is the country Turkey called Turkey? Is it because the people there love the bird turkey over the bird chicken? Or is it because there are more turkey in Turkey than there are chicken in Turkey? The answer to this question is, honestly, I don't know. But the one thing that I do know that Turkey is a great country that offers some great food. And today, you and I are going to try some fantastic Turkish food at a restaurant called the Turkish Village Restaurant and Cafe. It's right behind me. So join me on this little tour to Turkey.
A lot of the elements that are here are focused on colors that are distinctly Turkish, like blue, various shades of it, and gold. And those, the turquoise and the blue, they come together and they really are associated with that particular, with Turkish Village. A lot of people say when they come in here, and I truly genuinely feel this, when they come in here and they sit for an hour, they do walk away saying, it's like I was transported out of Dubai for a little bit, transcended over to Istanbul or Turkey. And our slogan, our tagline, just summarizes the entire experience: dine like a sultan.
So in this huge restaurant that can seat about 500 people at one time, I have found myself a place here. When the months are better and the weather is better, you can even enjoy the outdoor seating they have. Of course, now is not the time for that. There's one thing that I particularly like about this menu, and that is that for all those people who are not very familiar with Turkish food, this menu is full of pictures. So every dish on the menu has a picture, which I think makes it very easy for you to order, and is also very tempting. So you don't know what not to order. Like, everything here looks very, very tempting, but I'm going to choose what looks the best. Thank you, Chef.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, so here I have some of the most popular dishes when you come to any Turkish restaurant. Now, this looks fantastic as well. I'm going to tell you what these things are now. So this is some of the most popular stuff that you get here at the Turkish Village. Now this, of course, looks great. Now this is 1 meter of kebab and 1 meter of bread here. Now this is called the Adana kebab. This is probably the most famous thing in Turkish food. Now it gets its name Adana from a region called Adana. It's the 5th largest city in Turkey. And this, of course, is a spicier form of this kebab. Now there's a milder form of this kebab which is called the Urfa kebab. But I've called for the Adana because I love my spices. And then this is etle ekmek. Again, very, very popular. What etle ekmek actually means is meat on bread, and that's exactly what this is. Now, the chef has been very kind. He served it to me in my plate. Now, all you've got to do is dig in. Oh, I love the way the knife is just sliding through it. I'm going to try the first bite without the bread. Okay, I've got to tell you about this Adana kebab. First of all, this has got to be one of the finer Adana kebabs that I've had in Dubai in a very, very, very long time. I think this has been made to perfection almost. Now, look at this. When I split open this kebab, now this opens like a flower is blooming. And it's very basic. If you see inside, you see minced meat and you see some red peppers. And of course, it's got some flavor in it with use of herbs. But what I'm trying to show you is, look at this mince. When this enters your mouth, just melts like it was never there. And the flavors that burst in your mouth are just to die for. The reason why it is served on this flatbread is that the bread captures the drippings from this kebab. Like I told you, it's really juicy, really tender. So when you place a hot kebab on it, it tends to drip. The juices come out and the bread actually catches and absorbs those juices. So when you actually have it with the bread, it tastes like something else. I'm going to have it now. So this is the etle ekme. This is like the Turkish pizza. What it actually means is just like how I told you earlier. This is meat on bread, very popular in Turkey. And this is what you do when it comes to your table. You just eat it. So it's now time for me to have my main course, right? Well, right and wrong, because what I had earlier was also main course. I had it like it was a starter, but that's absolutely wrong. That was actually proper main course, and so is this. I decided to show you some great Turkish food, and that's why I skipped on the meze and salads completely, and I had now, including this, 4 main courses. But that's also because I want you to know as I find out about Turkish food. Now this is something that's called al-nazek. What is this exactly? Now this is actually sauteed lamb, which is placed over yogurt and eggplant. So yogurt, eggplant and garlic is all mixed together, and then it gives you one paste, the white that you see here. So this is a mix of these 3 things, and then of course there's this sauteed lamb on it. It's supposed to be very, very popular. And what you see here is something that you probably already know. This is the Saj. If you've been to Turkey, popular destination there is Istanbul. This is very popular street food in Istanbul. And now we're going to have this in the middle of Dubai. And now I'm going to try my hand at the chicken Saj. Now this is very typical street food. This is how you like it to be, very, very basic. It's got some chicken, it's got some peppers. In terms of spices, only some chili flakes have been used here. And of course the regular, there's some little bit of thyme in, salt. That's it. So very, very basic, very, very popular as well, especially on the streets of Istanbul. So all of you who've traveled must have had this at some point. So you either have it like a roti and you have your chicken, or you can have it in the form of a roll. I'm going to try it this way. I'd love to have this if I'm walking on the street as a tourist, taking a look at the place and also enjoying the flavors of the region. So here's the very popular Turkish dessert called künefe, and this is a very popular dessert again. It's made out of a fruit called quince. Now quince is a fruit that's a mix of 3 fruits, I think, according to me in the taste. It's a mix of apple, belongs to the pear family, and I taste a little bit of both in it. I don't know why. It's a very weird fruit for my palate, because we are not used to eating a quince. But we're going to try this and tell you how it is today. Right now though, we're going to start with the Turkish coffee. Very, very strong, at least much stronger than the American coffee people are used to. I love the way this tastes. This is the künefe. Now this is coated with vermicelli, and inside there's some local cheese and then some generous use of sugar syrup inside. So this is like soft from the inside and crispy from the outside and sweet to taste. I've had a great Turkish experience here at the Turkish Village restaurant and cafe. Now this is a piece of Turkey in the middle of Dubai. Now this place has great ambience, great people, very importantly great food, and all this put together gives you a great Turkish experience. So if that's what you're looking for, this is where you've got to come. For me, unfortunately, it's time to move on from here because I've got to find another restaurant for you. So till I see you next week, no sawal, no doubt, sabka solution. Weekend out.
It's a K Company production.